This is going to be a quick Restoration Druid M+ guide for people who are just starting out. These suggestions are about building good habits and prioritizing the important things, which will net you 85% of what the class can perform. If you're interested in perfecting that last 10%, I have a different in-depth video that goes into excruciating detail for the ideal rotation. Grab the talents and macros from the pinned comment, which will be updated in case of patches, and let's go. A quick refresh on our spells before actually using them. Rejuvenation is a spell we want to cast during ramps, when party takes a little damage, and Regrowth for big heals to be cast during the burn phase, aka when party takes a lot of damage. These two are your base spells. However, on Druid they provide most of your healing. Nature's Swiftness is a single target cooldown. Convoke, Tranquility, and Wild Growth are for AoE. Swiftment is for everything. Lastly, Defensive, External, Dispel, Combat Res, Place on Tank, Raid Buff, and done. Oftentimes, when learning the class, you'll get caught out with no HOTS on the party. In this scenario, pressing Rejuve is too late. If you fail to pre-HOT in single target, Life Bloom, and then Regrowth spam. If your Regrowths are not enough, add an extra Swiftmend, Nature's Swiftness, or Iron Bark. In AoE, you cast a Wild Growth followed by a Convoke or Tranquility. If neither cooldown is available, Swiftmend into Regrowth spam and pray. Again, the correct play would be to place 2 Rejuves on each party member and a Life Bloom before the damage. Symbiotic Relationship stays on the tank. As for the rest of the spell's targets, in M+, it is not about output but needs. Target the lowest HP party member. Lastly, mana management seems to make a return on most healers. Make sure to drink between pools. Utility. When full on mana, cast Stampeding Roar between pools. Furthermore, we still have access to a lot of CCs. However, due to class tuning, in lower keys it might be better to just keep healing, especially while learning the class. The only thing that takes priority over healing is Dispelling. Druid Dispel profile fits current dungeon pool really well. Take advantage of it. Remember to reapply Mark of the Wild to released party members and revive them using Rebirth. When it comes to defensives, Bear Form is usually not worth the GCD on lower keys. Barkskin is a really strong defensive on a short cooldown that needs to be pressed. And Heart of the Wild is a rather strong, if awkward to use defensive or damage tool. If you want to do damage, Heart of the Wild is the major source of it. However, I advise against doing damage while learning the class. Before moving on, a quick example on a 20 key. Before boss damage phase, I apply rejuvenations to each player for a maximum of 10. Then, once the damage starts, I start casting regrowths. When requiring a little bit of extra healing or I have to move, I cast Nature's Swiftness. Then, later on, I cast a Wild Growth and a Convoke just for good measure. And I just keep casting regrowths. UI. So firstly, I would suggest using Dander's frames for party frames as the Blizzard ones are somewhat lacking. Make the buffs and debuffs slightly bigger as they are rather important. Also, Quartz, a Casbar add-on that has a new Midnight version. For cooldown manager, Abundance Tracker is nice, but due to 5 targets maximum, it is not necessary. As for which cooldowns to track, that is up to you. I would suggest all of them while learning. And that is it. If you have questions, feel free to post a comment, join the Discord, or check the advanced guide. I hope you found this useful.